because you have no respect for God. Not even in his own house. You respect your pastor more than you do God, because you serve a God you don't see, so you put your pastor in God's stead. So you lift up your pastor and you forget about God. Your pastor is not God. There's a big difference between your pastor, the man, and God, who's a spirit. And it's called idolatry. Yeah. It's a lot of idolatry going on in the church. But the people inside the churches worship their pastors more than God. No respect for God in his house. No respect for God. Many of you already know when you get to church who you're going to go home with and meet up with, to fornicate with, or go to the club with. I can't wait till church over so I can go do my thing. God hear that. God see that. God know what you're going to do when you leave church. God knows who you're going to hook up with because you discussed it before you got to church. And God heard that. So your mind ain't on God. Even when you're in the church, if you came to church and really needed to be healed, you would be healed. If you came with healing on your mind and God in your heart, you would be healed. You will not leave the way you came if you came to church with the right spirit. So my question again today is, how are you treating God? Most of you don't even know his voice. You don't have time. You don't have time for God. You don't have time to become familiar with his voice. You don't give him no time. You don't spend no time with him. But you do everything else. Okay. One day, you're going to stand before the Lord. And he's going to tell you what I'm telling you. He's going to say, woe to my hurt. You hurt me. You never acknowledged me. You never lift me up. You never praised my name. You only called out my name when you needed something. God has feelings, church. We serve a jealous God. He said, I won't have another God before me. How are you treating God, church? How are you treating your Father? All that he does for you, your children, your family. And you don't even wake up and give God the praise in the morning or at night. You don't care. And then I hear many of you, I know I'm going to be saved. I know I'm going to be saved. I don't think so. Because the same way you treat God, when you stand before him, he's going to bring it to your attention. He says, I love those who love me. So again, I ask you, how are you treating God? Most of you don't even think about him. So again, this is Prophetess T. Roberts, the Free Word Ministry. And the message today is called, how are you treating God? Church, I love you. Peace.